We don't need to build a system where the government takes care of women or children either, because that's not the government's job. We need our families back. We need communities of kith and kin back. If we can't build families now, we need pseudo families. We need people adopting each other. Adult adoption needs to come back. Family bonding needs to come back. All of this needs to come back. Marriage needs to come back. The problems that we are struggling so hard against with government and pharmaceutical solutions are artificial problems that we should be solving through families. And we're not yet, but we can be.
And it starts with each person, right? Doing their own understanding of their own attachment and securely being attached to God. I think knowing that God loves you unconditionally and he has a plan for your life, like that belief is so important. And then letting that impact your relationships, like you were describing, like you can have the boundaries, you can show up with what your needs are. And that is the first step of healing to the whole broken system that we're in.
You know what's so fascinating is there's two separate communities that are invisible to each other. Everybody is talking about the insecurely attached community of 65% of people who have these problems. No one's talking about the invisible, gated, securely attached communities of people who are thriving in good families, who have made these decisions. They're barely on the internet. They don't complain. They don't go online and make weird TikToks. They're not hardly visible to anyone. They are happy in their family and friend networks. And they date in their family and friend networks, and they don't allow you in unless you have secure attachment. And they are emotionally segregated out from the insecurely attached groups. When you become securely attached, it's fascinating. You go through this strange period where you are utterly alone because no one in the insecure connections communities will bond with you and you can't bond with them. But suddenly you begin seeing the invisible, boring, securely attached people in your life that you thought were just passing by and
that aren't on TikTok.
That aren't on TikTok. And suddenly you start talking about desires, goals, plans, boundaries, visions, and then they become excited. And these people you thought were boring and shut down come to life because they are safe and you are safe. And they bring you slowly into their segregated, securely attached world where there's 35% of people living there. It's a whole other experience that people can't even imagine. And that's where you find the men you want to marry. That's where your children find spouses. That's where everybody is thriving in good faith, in connection, in honesty, and in love. It's not a utopia. It is people being honest and explicit and communicative and safe. It's a different world that is invisible to everybody who's watching this show right now.
I know what you're talking about because I'm privileged to be a part of one. Thanks be to God, again, by God's grace. And then when that person goes through this work and discovers, you know, as you said, this ordered attachment style, but they become that 35.001%. And then we add one more person back in. And it's possible for everyone. I think that's the core of your message, right? Yes. And there's nobody too far gone, and it's one little step at a time.
Yeah, I don't remember anyone going to Christ in the Gospels and he was like, sorry, this is beyond my power to fix. You're going to have to go live over there. No, everything is fixable if a person has a heart that desires to be fixed. It begins with telling the truth, like I decided way back when I was 20. It begins with telling the truth. It begins with having enough. It begins with not anger, but honesty. It begins with curiosity about other people and about yourself. It begins not by saying I'm going to have a good marriage, but saying I'm going to have a securely attached marriage, and then understanding what that means with measurable targets and goals and working with your spouse instead of saying let's be good, let's be secure, and then practicing that. It begins by building secure relationships that then transform you into a secure person. That's how we change over time. The love that we experience changes who we are. That's how it must be. We are relational beings. We are stamped for that, and we only thrive in that.
I love it. Thank you for your work, Adam. It's very beautiful, and I love your quest to make 1 billion people securely attached.
Thank you.
Let's go for all 8 billion, or whatever the number is now.
Thank you for the chance to share this with the world. People need to hear this.
Awesome stuff. Thank you. Where can people find your work?
Yeah, so I am Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist. I have my website, adamlanesmith.com. I do have the How to Build a Secure Marriage video course available on there, as well as me and my coaches on there. We run the repair program on there to fix your attachment as a couple or an individual. I'm on YouTube and Instagram as @AttachmentAdam. As you might imagine, I have a lot of free content there, a lot of guides, a lot of explanations, and a lot of things you can share with that man in your life to say, I want to build this with you. Are you ready?
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.